Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Retro with you on today. You already know what it is. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and it because God's just that good. As my homegirl would say, Shakilla Bussy, hashtag God dope. I mean, he's dope. He's dope. He's dope. He's the man. Ran all that good stuff. If it had not been for him, I really don't know where I would. What's up, everybody? We got a show lined up on tonight. We got the one and only Gorilla Blue in the green room. We got Gorilla Blue in the green room, and it's getting ready to be live and live in color here in a minute. So you still got a few minutes. What I need to do is I need you to go ahead and let the folks know that the Retro Velocity show is on, and we got one of the. I'm saying I'm gonna stop hyping it up, and we're gonna bring my man in because we're gonna talk about all things highway robbery. We're gonna talk about getting yonder. We're gonna talk about life. We're gonna talk about a whole lot. And if you want to get in on the conversation, you can hit up the telephone line at what is my number? 980-222-4492. Keep it locked and don't even think about touching that dial. It's getting ready to go down. Yeah, here on the Retro Velocity.
Thanks for tuning in. Let's go for a ride. Got my specs on my side. She's my.
Everybody be on their way. Benson, Arizona right now. Not only he riding two up, he riding with a trailer, and he doing an iron butt going back home. That's what I'm talking about. Good. Brotherhood, baby. Bottle tank, burn the tank. That's what you're supposed to do. Buy a tank, burn the tank. And your brothers come through your state. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Now, my turn to get back to the crib. Holla at y'all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, thank you for pressing play and being a part of the Retro Philosophy Show at the Man Philosophy Show. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Make some noise for Gorilla Blue, ladies and gentlemen, in the building. How you doing this evening?
Man, I'm good. And yourself, bros?
Man, we doing good as a child of God should, man. Just staying out the way in the shade, drinking some lemonade, all that good stuff, man. But we're glad to have you on the show tonight, man. And talk to us real quick and let the folks know who you are and where you hail from.
Well, my real name is Roland. Growing up, my
Uh-huh.
family and close friends call me Maine or Roland, but my dad and the people of the Brothers of the Sun, where he originally started at, they used to call me Teddy Bear.
Hmm.
Because my dad and my mom said I was a little fat, chubby kid, with a bunch of hair.
Nah,
And
nah.
then, yeah, as time went by, getting older, did my time in the penitentiary and shit like that. I got out and, made a name for myself,
Hmm.
and that's Gorilla Blue. You know what I'm saying? Blue is my favorite color. I grew up in the midst of growing up as a outlaw biker kid. I grew up gang banging in the city of Compton, doing all that stuff. So, running with the Crips, my favorite color is blue. Um, um, and a gorilla is a true king of the jungle. God didn't make kings on four; He made kings on two.
Hmm.
So, a gorilla is a symbolization to me of strength, courage. He's very protective, take care of his pride. And we got the deep blue sky up over us and we got the deep blue sea up under us. So blue reigns over everything. So
Mm.
that's where that came from.
Man, that's what's up right there, man. That's just more than just a favorite color the way you broke that down.
Right.
I want to back up for a minute because you said something and just kind of rolled over it like it wasn't really nothing. But you said you did your time in the penitentiary, man. I mean, that's like how much time
Yeah.
did you do?
Well, they gave me 21 years. They was trying to give me 21 to life, but they ended up giving me 21 years with halftime.
Wow. So I mean,
Yeah.
you
So I
kind of just smoothed over that like it didn't even phase you though, man. You care to elaborate a little bit about serving time in the penitentiary?
yeah, I don't, um just going in there, I was, you know, uh kind of nervous,
Mm-hmm.
just about being locked up and all the time that I was facing. So, um once I got in there, it was just like a brother was on the street. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? I seen my homeboys from my neighborhood. I seen homeboys from other neighborhoods. I seen Paru dudes and dudes from Bounty Hunter that I knew and all that stuff. So it was like, I was on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're in the county jail, which is rough. I don't care what nobody say. The LA County Jail um is a really rough place. I can't speak up on no other county jails but Vegas, but LA County Jail is really rough. They got the Crip module, the Bloods, and all that. And if you with it, and they put you in that module, you got to be with it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And it was kind of tough. I had to knuckle up with a few people. You know what I'm saying? Basically to let them know, like, I'm not finna play no games.
Yeah.
Because if you go in there talking about you a Crip or a Blood, and they put you in, on that block, 4800, and you ain't about holding yourself down, you just gonna get took advantage of. From back in the days when I went, they used to let your people give you $40 through visit.
Mm-hmm.
So they call it a wet 40 because they dip it in some stuff to see if there's something on there, drugs and shit. They roll it up. You roll it up and put it in your little money pouch that we had to go on our sweatpants and stuff like that. But tell the truth, shame the devil. I really didn't have nobody looking out for me when I was in the locked up. But my baby sister, she was just a kid having a kid, so she would
Right.
get some change and send it to me every now and then. My mom sent me. I can count on one hand. You know what I'm saying? So I learned how to cut hair, and that was my hustle. Cutting hair and
Yeah.
shit like that, and doing cards.
Mm-hmm.
Greeting cards.
So how old were you when you
But
went?
I was 20 years old.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yep. And leaving the county jail going to the pen is a big difference. It's a lot calmer and relaxing because you got people up there that's doing life. You got people doing 50 years, 60 years, 30 years, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
People that only got 4 or 5 years left, a few months left, that done their time. It wasn't all that. Them youngsters in the county jail coming there in a penitentiary all rowdy. Then the OGs to sick them little young torpedoes on you and get you in line.
Uh-huh.
You might be tough and be able to whoop one or two people, but when they send a whole torpedo at you, it's a done deal. I was considered one of the little torpedoes for the Compton Watts car. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The big homie Michael Stone, rest in peace. The homie Big Bird from Great, Avalon Don from PJs, and people like them. They was the OG homies. My homeboy Whiteside. So if they had any issues, little, folks was giving them issues on the yard. They're like,
Yeah.
get at me or my homeboy Gibbs or somebody, and it ain't no, I ain't gonna do nothing. You go holler at him, and
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: so you went in at 20, which is really young. That's young. Had you been introduced to motorcycles before you went in?
Oh man, I was born on a motorcycle
Okay.
set.
Okay. There we
I've
go.
been
That part.
riding motorcycles since I was in the sixth grade.
Mm-hmm.
My daddy, Big Hodge, rest in peace. Um, you know,
Yeah. So Pops meant a lot to you. Yeah.
Man. But Pops rest in peace. I used to get on his motorcycle and mess around.
Uh-huh.
And one day him and my mom came out the house and I was on a motorcycle and I was gassing it.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Boy, you gonna flood my motherfucking money." That's yeah, that's Pops.
That's Pops.
Yeah. Man, I would I wasn't trying to go there.
I'm sorry, man. It's all good though, you know?
Um, man. So he was like, you gonna flood my motorcycle out and I'm gonna beat your ass. And my mama was like, leave that boy alone. And he was like, now you gotta ride the motherfucker to make the gas, circulate.
Yeah.
So he was like, you wanna ride? I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking I know how to ride it because I rode dirt bikes. And he
Uh-huh.
was like, what you gonna do? I said, I'm gonna start it up. So I put the clutch in, I started it up, just watching him and riding on the back of the motorcycle with him.
Right.
I saw him, and so I did what he did, and um, I kicked it down, but I let off that clutch and gave it too much gas, and damn near killed myself. So he was like, "You fall, you gonna get your ass back up on that bike." And my mom, she was over there like, "No, don't do that boy like that. Don't
Yeah.
do that boy like that." He was like, "He gonna ride that motherfucker, or I'm gonna beat his ass." I was like, "Whoa!" So now I got focus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I cranked it up, and my mom know how to ride, so she was like, "Let off the clutch a little bit and give it a little gas, just little by little, same time." So I did it. I started going. I rode around the block. My daddy heard me because it was in first gear. I wasn't trying to change it. So then I finally got around the block and it shut off. My daddy looking at me. I finally got it back started, came down the block. Anybody know about Compton? We got some long blocks. So I came down there and Pops was like, "What the fuck you trying to do? Blow my engine up? You better change that motherfucking gear before I beat your ass." And so he made me ride it again. So I rode it. Once I
That's what's
got to the end
dope.
of 126th Street, yeah, once I got to 126th Street in Mona, I
Uh-huh.
was like, oh, it's on. So then I'm going down Mona. I'm like, okay, 35, 45, I'm gone. Then I went down 124th in Mona going west. My uncle Jalbo standing outside. He looking at me like, damn, his daddy let him ride the bike, and my cousins. So I'm smiling, no helmet. They didn't have helmet. They had helmets, but you didn't have to wear them.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Then I get there. He like, the hell you were trying to do? Race? So, you know, shouts out to Pops, man. My daddy started with the Brothers of the Sun, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? On Long Beach Boulevard in Compton. And my Uncle Hero and my Uncle Moses, they chosen few. They've been in chosen few over 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they taught me a lot. But my dad and the OG motherfuckers like Pistol Pete rest. A lot of them passed away. Pistol Pete, Caveman,
Yeah.
my uncle Junebug, who's still here with me. My uncle Junebug is my idol outside of my dad. That's my mom, little brother, but he an OG on this bike says shit, and he taught me a lot. I learned a lot from him, even when my dad was around, because my dad he was something else, other than a Rolling Stone. You know what I'm saying? He was something else. He was a mean ass motherfucker, man. He didn't play no games.
Yeah.
And any and everybody on the bike set in Los Angeles County, they would tell you my daddy wasn't no joke. My
Yeah.
daddy was one to reckon with. And my daddy was these dudes call themselves outlaws. And I'm not mad at nobody, but I'm gonna tell you about the outlaws where I come from.
Mm-hmm.
My daddy, my uncle Junebug, my uncle John Wayne, My auntie Gwen, rest in peace. She was a LOTC, OG LOTC. Her sister started LOTC under the Chosen Few. But my daddy, Uncle June, my daddy, my Uncle June, John Wayne, my Uncle Skeeter, my mama little brother, they was true outlaws. They used to rob banks, man. They all did their time and shit like that.
Yeah.
And my daddy didn't care about nothing. He didn't care about nothing. He didn't fear nothing. John Wayne, they all followed my daddy because he was the oldest. My
Hmm.
uncle Junebug is a beast, you know what I'm saying? He's still here, Liberty Rider, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the Liberty Riders, Compton, California. So in '77, and I get back to my dad with the bank robberies. No, I stay with it. So they was doing the bank robberies and stuff like that. And then it finally caught up to my daddy. And back then they was giving you 13 years
Hmm.
um, for robbing banks. So my dad did his time, had a lot of money, man, but he misused it. You know, did mom's wrong, was messing with somebody else, and the bitch, I mean, the female that he was cheating with my mom with, she ran off with his dope.
Wow.
So, yep. But he showed me how to drive a Cadillac. I used to drive a Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? It was a '76 big ass red and white Cadillac. I used to
Sure.
roll that motherfucker. My daddy used to let me ride it, man. And um um so he got locked up and did a bunch of time, man. And it's crazy because I was locked up at the same time. He was locked up, and one of my twin brothers was locked up. But so in '77, my daddy, my uncle Jalbo, and my uncle brother-in-law, they came together and started Liberty Riders, and they
Hmm.
left the Brothers of the Sun. But Brothers of the Sun is always gonna be our family, no matter what.
Right.
And the reason why my dad left the Brothers of the Sun is because the Brothers of the Sun was giving females. It said Sisters of the Sun, MC, and
Hmm.
my dad wasn't with that because they didn't have bikes and stuff. And my dad was like, "Nah, fuck that, blah blah blah." This is what he told me and my uncle, and my uncle can vouch right now today. So then my dad, he left and he started the Liberty Riders in '77, and they standing strong today. And so while we on that subject, um, I used to be a Liberty Rider. I was, a son of a son. But then when my dad Liberty Riders, I was Liberty Rider, did my time, got out, you know, born a Liberty Rider. And
Hmm.
then as I got older, my dad like, fuck that, you ain't finna be hanging out no more and this and that. Out of nowhere, I used to go up to the club and do my thing, wear my shirts and all that stuff. And he like, no, I don't want you to be like me. And I told him, Daddy, I'm not you.
Hmm.
And then he told me one day, he said, I'll beat your motherfucking ass. So I never forget my cousin Grip, his nephew, my cousin Grip on Swole. He was like, how you gonna talk to him like that? Tell him what he can't do. And he pulled out that little knife up under his finger and told my cousin, I'll cut your ass up. That's my son. and I just took a seat back. Then I ended up being the president of Liberty Riders. I was in Liberty Riders in California. Then I came to Vegas, became the president. They still standing. Gave it to my little brother Money. Shouts out to the best little brother in the world. Um, and then I left Liberty Riders and I joined Hog Life MC up out of Compton, California.
Hmm.
And I joined it because me and my nigga Bodacious was real tight. Rest in peace, Bodacious. But some people caught him slipping, coming out the house, getting in his truck and wet him up. And
Mm.
after they wet him up, man, it wasn't the same, man. And I wasn't really fucking with them dudes after that. Smiley and Bogart, they both died. Bogart got killed in his neighborhood where Bodacious is from. Smiley ended up dying. You know what I'm saying? He had got sick. So once them dudes was gone, actually Bogart, Bodacious, I left. But I still used to, kick it. But when Smiley died, I mean, Smiley went to ghetto life, and then Bogart went to ghetto life, and they passed away. So we still was talking to the dudes and stuff like that. But when Bodacious died, is what I meant to say. It wasn't the same. So I just was chilling, man. And because I fuck with Red Breed tough, I ended up joining Red Breed. And 5.5 years later,
Mhm.
I'm in Red Breed and I'm one of their hottest riders. And I do say that, and I do pat myself on the back, and I toot my own horn.
Yeah.
You know, um, I'm a beast out there on the highway amongst the rest of the beasts that we have in Red Breed, like our founder, Mr. Nate. He almost 100 years old. That motherfucker ride his bike by himself wherever. He don't take no shit from nobody. You know what I'm saying? And he from Compton too. And then we got PJ. You know, these dudes ride the Autobahn, ship they bikes to other countries, you know, that big money shit. And and then we got people like Flacco, you know, he's on a leave right now. We got Flacco, we got Snowman, we got uh I'm talking about the older cats.
Hmm.
That been in breed before me. And then I ended up becoming a breed, and me and Preach was real cool. Speaking of Preach, me and him was cool. And then, you know, he laid his shit down and joined Red Breed. And he came in and went straight to work, you know, with his tool belt. He ended up being one of the top riders in our club, too. So, you know, shouts out to him. So, you know, that's how I ended up being a Red Breed. And it wasn't easy, man, because being a Red Breed, man, you got to have tough skin.
Hmm.
You gotta have tough skin, and you gotta have your finances up.
Let me
you,
ask you this, Gorilla, because I don't mind saying this, and I don't think many people can really argue it, but Rare Breed is like the number one motorcycle club out there, especially talking about the 99 side. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
coming from where you came
Nah,
from,
no, 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 no. Hold up.
okay.
We the best out there across the whole
Oh,
motherfucking
okay,
board.
okay, okay. Period.
We the top of the food chain.
Okay, okay, that
You know
part.
what I'm
So
saying? When anybody can get 34, 35 chapters and
yeah,
have half of their club riding across country every day, all day, every year with the cleanest bikes,
yeah.
good jobs, nice homes, paid for, beautiful wives and kids,
Come on, man.
taking care of their family, believing in God, and but
Yeah,
still doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? Then you talk to me, because
yeah.
just because you get out there and dictate and bully somebody and ride from one one end of the block to the other end of the block don't make you the toughest or the baddest.
Right.
And what make us set us apart from everybody is the fact that we give to our community. We give
Hmm.
back to our communities.
Yeah.
Man, since I before Red Breed and up to now, man, Red Breed then gave millions of dollars worth of shit away.
Hmm.
Toys, help people, man, Red Breed. You gotta come to one of their Red Breed block Christmas block parties. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker be down there half a mile long.
Yeah.
Nothing but good toys. Ain't none of that other stuff. You know, and that's what make us sit on the top of the food chain. You know, look at Atlanta, look at Detroit, look at all them other chapters, man.
Hmm.
They always giving back to the community. We welcome everybody. We ain't racist against nobody, but we are prejudiced in our own way, you know, because I'm prejudiced against ignorance and stupidity. So that's what make us the top of the food chain. You know what I'm saying? As far as me, we deep, we got clean bikes, good jobs. We're an imperfect club, man. We have
Right.
bullshit in our club too. But if you don't feel that your club is the top of the food chain, I don't care if you got one chapter, then
That
you
you're in the
something
wrong
wrong with
club.
you.
Yeah, you're in the wrong club because there's
Yeah,
a poor frog that
yeah.
don't praise his own pond. You know what I mean?
Man,
So that whole part right there. So I'm gonna take you back to bring you back to where we at right now. Okay, so 20 years old, you go into the pen,
oh
right?
man.
Yeah, that's that dude right there, man. That's that torpedo
Hey,
right
you
there. Come on, it's a retro philosophy show, man. We gotta
hey,
go. If we
you
ain't go,
really been you really was stalking my page, man. Hey, so check this out.
yeah.
You who you think you see in those pictures?
Oh, you did mention you had a twin, didn't you?
I'm not a twin. My
Okay,
two
okay,
brothers are the twin.
okay.
I'm the dark skinned one. The one behind me is my brother Money that run the Liberty Riders out here. He the president. You know,
Oh, I didn't
yeah,
even tell the
it's
difference until
three
you
of
said
us.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
three
both of
of
them
us.
was
One
you.
passed away. Yeah, a lot of people think that, but that's my little brother Money. He's still like that right now to this
Okay,
day.
okay,
Me, on
okay.
the other hand, I'm a little bit more like Homer Simpson. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get it back. But yeah, man, dude, that picture right there,
yeah.
that's when I was, man, you know, because I used to box, man, and
Okay.
man, Dude, I almost got life in the penitentiary for what I did to a dude up in there because he slapped one of my young homies. I mean, my older homeboy, but he's
Hmm.
smaller than me. He a
Yeah.
small dude. So my boy Chip from Santa Fe Mafia Compton Crip has slapped Slick because Slick got over on him with some weed.
Hmm.
Now, a toothpaste cap. People used to have people bringing weed from prisons in a toothpaste cap. You take the cap off a toothpaste and you stuff that little bitty cap of weed. That was like $50 worth of weed right there.
I,
So Slip had worked Chip because Chip cousin gave Slick some weed, but Slick took some of it and Chip slapped him. So Big Michael Stone from Pocket Hood, rest in peace, one of the Compton OGs, a legend of Compton, and anybody from Compton know him. Watt, South Central, they know him. So he like, hey man, Chip in there slap Slick. So I went in there, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to my boy, he balling some hair perm stuff, want to throw it on dude. I'm like, nah, let me holler at him. And he like, nah, let's jump him, let's jump him. I grabbed him like, bro, back up, hold up. So Chip got to explain, just don't make me do it. And he laid me down on the ground, bro. And they were trying to give me another 10 years for that.
wow. Wow.
Yup.
Ain't no
Man,
joke.
dude, I got some stories in that
I see.
penitentiary, man.
I can
Hey,
only
I was
imagine.
a motherfucker. I
I can
still
only
got that mark on my hand right now today, man. I was a beast up in there, man.
So
I'm not proud of it.
did you walk away with only your freedom, or did you walk away with anything else when you walked out of the penitentiary? How old were you when you walked
Man, let me tell you something, man. I walked out of the penitentiary um at 29, 30 years old.
out? Mhm.
And what I walked out of there with, I walked out of there with my dignity
Mhm.
and I walked out of there with strength. I walked out of there with understanding
Mhm.
and I walked out of there with values. Because when you sitting behind them walls in that cell all day and all you can do is eat, sleep, work out, read books, gamble for suits, watch Jerry Springer, and
Mhm.
all that kind of shit, you learn a whole lot. And then I had some OG Muslim homeboys up in the penitentiary, man, that used to talk to me about stuff. I had Christian friends too. So it was a man named Mr. Elsie, and he told me, he said, Roland, he said, you're a good dude. He said, when you get out of here, I want you to always have a plan. I
Mhm.
said, I will. He said, no, I'm serious. He said, because a man without a plan is a man with no directions. You're going to run right back into this wall. And I was like, damn. And then he was like, in everything you do in life, I want you to establish the facts, eliminate the negative, and choose your best option. And that stick
Mhm.
with me right now to this day. So getting out of there,
Mhm.
it made me not want to. Well, I started back selling drugs again, but then I got caught and I beat the case from getting 25 to life for 3 strikes. And because Marcelita V. Hayes, the judge, California Superior, shouts out to her. She kicked it out because the police lied about the reason why they pulled me over. And when I got out of there, I said, I flushed all my shit in the toilet. I promised to God.
Mhm.
I flushed maybe about $4,000-5,000 worth of stuff in a toilet, and I ended up getting a job. I got on GR, which is General Relief, which is with
Mhm.
the county in Los Angeles. I was working in the county building on Artesia. That's where I met my wife at, and they had violated me, but I got out and got that job. And I was in the mail room. I was pretty much licking stamps. I had this thing, and I would dip it and seal the stamps up. Then I ended up getting a job working, driving autistic people around to workshops.
Mhm.
And then I ended up working at. I got tired of that job, and I just asked God to help me. And I know my grandmother said, when you want God to bless you, you have to sacrifice. So I quit that job because I was unhappy, and I was working at Ralph's. It was a grocery store back in the days called Ralph's. I
Mhm.
was a bag person. And one day I was pushing a basket in the rain and I was just in tears, like, God, I know this ain't where you gonna have me at. Making $75 a week?
Ah.
Nah. And then it was this dude that came up to me. This dude came up to me and he said, hey man, hey brother, you want a job at the railroad? And I said, yeah. And I started there, man. And then when the old rich guy bought all the railroads, it pushed my seniority back from being a conductor. So I ended up making a move out here to Vegas, and I've been at Republic Service for 17 years driving trash trucks.
That's what's up, man. Congratulations, man. Real talk.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you
The
did your
house
time.
paid off, paid the
Oh
house
man.
off right before Thanksgiving last year.
Uh-huh.
My beautiful wife and my kids. Um, I'm just thankful, man, because like just sitting here, like looking over the house, man, it's like, is beautiful, man. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
man.
It's beautiful.
Nice.
And she like classy stuff. I just want to show you, like, look at her drapes, the
Yeah,
drapes that she picked, the chairs, the dining room chairs. And
nice.
then this is a room that don't nobody go in but me. You know what I'm saying? My wife don't even come in this room.
Yeah,
This is fur right here. This shit right here, man. I come in here. This is called a peace room. I come in here, kick my feet up, and I chill. And
right.
then you got the upstairs, where the grown up take place, and my son
Uh-huh.
in his room, the laundry room, and the other room. So and then she turned me on to stuff like this, man, and that
Yeah,
picture right there. All that stuff costs, like this work of art right here, many
nice.
faces, man. It says a lot. So
So tell me a
just
little bit of
coming from where I came from,
right.
I'm
So
just thankful.
tell me a little bit about your wife. How long you been married and tell me about the beginning when you first met.
Man, me and Tracy met about, babe, when did we meet? 2012.
Okay.
And what happened was my cousin came out to Vegas from Texas, and
Mhm.
she was going to a wedding, and she was like, I'm going to my friend wedding, and she was like, don't you be trying to talk to my friends. I know you rolling, little rolling, and I was like, man, I ain't gonna be messing with nobody. I said, but I'm gonna find me a wife. And she was like, boy, I said, well, I ain't going then since you don't want me to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I want you to go. So we went to the wedding. Afterwards, we went to the people's house, and we were sitting in there talking. And my wife can hear me too. So so the lady
But
who
make sure
house
you
we
tell it
was over
right.
with, yeah, the lady who house we was over with, I was kind of like looking at her at first, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? And then my wife, who's now my wife, had walked in the door. She from Detroit, Flint, Michigan. She had her hair, little nice little haircut, jazzy little body, just like bomb, little model, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
School teacher. She came in, but something was wrong with her because she couldn't hear out her ears, so she had them plugged, but she had something going on. And I'm like, hi, and then I'm like, can you hear what I'm saying? And everybody laughing, she laughing. So, I told her, I said, you're gonna be my wife. And she was like, boy, please. And then, but she ended up giving me her number. I believe I walked her to her car, and she ended up giving me her number, and I said, call me when you make it home. I'm gonna call you to check up on you, one of the two, but I didn't. I,
Mhm.
I think I called, but I don't remember. But time went by, and she ended up calling me, and she was like, "You said you was gonna cook for me, blah blah blah." So I was like, "Okay." So now we talking. I come over here to the house, me and her talking. I told her she gonna be my wife. She like, no, I ain't. Now my wife is a straight Delaware square. She
Uh-huh.
got four corners on her. And
Yeah.
then you got me, this old roughneck ass dude from Compton, California, playing marbles, game banging, riding motorcycles, and all that other stuff. And it's true opposites attract,
Mhm.
and we sat there on that motherfucking stairwell, and I started kissing her, and I went to work on her, and then
Come on
she
now.
became my wife.
Yes, sir. And now she been hooked ever since.
Hey, yeah, but it was man, it's been rough. I've been a booger, man, and not intentionally. Um, man, like it was rough for her, because
Mhm.
it was at once upon a time she told me she really wanted to tell me to leave because I just felt something. And I was gonna leave because she's a good woman. She was good to me, and I
Mhm.
didn't. I'm not one of them niggas that say she deserved better. Shit, I need to be better.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I ended up, we did our thing, and She got my credit score up to like right now. I think it's like a 675 or something. My shit used to be like a 200 or something. And so with
Yeah.
her, I got my first brand new motorcycle, my first brand new everything. Like with her, it ain't no used shit,
Yeah.
And she was telling me how to manage my money and all that stuff. And I won her over with a couple of meals that I cooked, and then I stopped cooking. And she like, you tricked me. You know what I'm saying? So she introduced me to shows where you see these motherfuckers swinging across the ropes with tight ass dun-duns on and stuff
Yeah. The
like that. I'm like,
Dun-dun-duns,
man, I
right?
don't want to see this bullshit.
Yeah.
But I'm glad because she changed me, man. I didn't see my wife with tears in her eyes, and I know they was for me, and she always prayed for me. And one day, man, something happened out here in Vegas. I came home, ran upstairs, got my heat. She like, babe, where you going? I'm like, man, I'm finna go deal with this nigga. She like, babe. So she talked to me, man, and I got out of my car, finna just go. And I was convicted, man. I was like,
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah.
So I came back, went upstairs, and then I talked to my little brother, and my little brother told me I need to slow down, and then some of the OGs like Milk on the bike set in Vegas, Big Chill, even Marcus from One Love,
Mhm.
um, Puncho, who's a nomad, retired nomad from Chosen Few. He loved my daddy and my family.
Yeah.
Um, and some other people used to talk to me and tell me like, slow down, man, because I was with it, man, and I just slowed down because I'm living for my kids now. And
Part.
bro, I'm for everybody, man. I'm for everybody. If you want to win, I'm a cheer. If you want to play, I'll cheer for you, even if I don't like the sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
But shouts out to the strongest wife in the world, man, my wife,
Mhm.
because you know she had every reason in the world to leave my dog ass. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But she love her some babe. She love her some rolling.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
what's up. That's what's up, man. The Bible says that love covers a multitude, and so
Yeah.
I say it like this: love saved my life twice, and
Right.
and me and my wife, we met at 15, fell in love shortly after that. She fell in love the moment she saw me, but it is what it is, But so
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, let it be known.
yeah, you
Let
know
it
what I
be
mean.
known.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hit her with that swag, and it was over. She could hear me. She watch it. But it was right on time because I was at a place as a young black man where I was self-destructing, and so God hit me with that love, but it was a setup. He was setting me up so that I could then be able to understand His love. You see, a lot of times we don't never. A lot of times we can't receive His love because we have a distorted understanding of what love actually is. And so, at what point was it for you, Gorilla Blue, where you grew up and realized that love was all right?
um, this is my second marriage and my last one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I thought I was in love. Well, I was in love the first time, but you know, um, my ex-wife was sleeping with her best friend who was in our wedding brother, and this nigga used to come to my house, and I got tired of that, and I got on. I didn't know it, but I just got tired of her bullshit, and I got on after hearing her speak on some stuff. But then I came out here, and I had a flop,
Mm-hmm.
like I
Yeah.
had a flop, and then when I met my wife, I knew I loved her when I first met her, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still was doing my thing. That's why I didn't even call her right away. But she ended up calling me, and at that point, because of she got me on airplanes, she got me going to shows and all kind of stuff, and she's the true definition of a woman. So shouts out to all the women out there that's really about their family.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out to them. My wife ain't into nails. She ain't into lashes. I'm the one got my wife putting on lashes at the age she is now. I'll be like, put them on. You look
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
My wife will put on her little base and put her hair and my wife, man, Detroit people dress. My
Yeah.
wife
Yeah.
dressed, man, and I
Yeah. I
love the
already
way
know.
she dressed because she remind me of a Valley girl in California. Because see, growing up in Compton, we always wanted those girls like that, not the hood rats. we'll knock the hood rats down and stuff like that. But we always wanted one of them Valley girls. But I knew I was in love with her when she told me that no matter what, she'll always love me. And the way she said it and how she looked at me, I
Wow.
knew it was that.
Yeah. She looked into your soul when she said that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's what's up. Let
Yeah.
me ask you this, Gorilla.
So that's
Obviously, you got a history, you got a past, you're a big, strong black man and everything. But yet still you're sitting here on the Retro Philosophy Show and you're being transparent about quite a few things. Talk to me about transparency and manhood. Because a lot of guys walk around here like Mr. Mancho and it
no.
really ain't all that.
Okay. A lot of us grew up gang banging in Compton, watched South Central and stuff like that because that's all we knew.
Mm-hmm.
Number
Okay.
one,
Huh?
that was our community.
Right.
Um, that's why we sell dope and all that because we watch our uncles and aunties, yes,
Mm-hmm.
aunties
Mm-hmm.
and homegirls and stuff. So we did it. And then when it came to fighting, a lot of times we didn't have a choice but to fight because there's always some bully in the neighborhood that
Mm-hmm.
want to test you. And you know, me and my brothers never was fighters, until one day the dude named Woodrow, Johnny from my neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
nigga, um, him and his cousin Spice, rest in peace to my nigga Spice. Spice was just following his big cousin, but Woodrow was a bully. And he'd catch us walking through the school going to get free lunch. It's like he'd be waiting there and he'd like punch me and punch my brother, and we'd run home and tell our uncle, and then sometimes we didn't say nothing because we just was like we ain't worried about it. We didn't really want no issues. And
Mm-hmm.
then one day, we was walking through Martin Luther King Elementary School on Mona, the backside, and that nigga caught us in the school.
Mm.
And I said, I'm sick of this. He swung at me. I ducked. That's when I got in the boxing at the Linwood Police Department.
Mm-hmm.
And I ducked and I caught him, boom, in his lip, and he bagged up. It's like, come on. He was like, man, you better be glad I don't want to fuck you up. I'm like, nigga, I'm finna fuck you up. So I told my two brothers, I'll call them Bubble and Shortstop. The one is named Kenneth and the other one is David. David, rest in peace. But I told him, I said, get that nigga. I told him to get Spice. So
Yeah.
I told David, I said, grab his legs. And I told Money, he left-handed. Kenneth, the Liberty Rider, and he's strong too. And I told him grab his leg, and I said, y'all beat him. So I was working Johnny over, and we
Yeah.
ain't had no problem since. So we never was one of the dudes that run around bullying people. I have my shares of, putting in work,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Everybody put in work at their own time at different times. But man, it was a time I used to walk around, man, and if you say one thing, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna do
Mm-hmm.
what I gotta do to you. And I used to walk around. I never was no bully, but I hate bullies.
Right.
So then after realizing that just because a dog bark don't mean he's looking for a fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Sometimes he's looking for a meal.
Somebody
Sometimes
put
he's
that in
looking
the
for a
comments
meal
section.
or a pet.
Right.
Sometimes he's looking for a meal, or sometimes he's looking for a rub, because you want to rub a dog ear, they like it. Sometimes they was looking for something. So then I started talking to people like, man, it ain't that serious, bro. We grew up together, blah, blah, blah. We become friends. I done been jumped on, man. I done had big eyes and everything. And I just thank God I ain't never been dead. I had a dude walk up to me and was finna shoot me in the chest because I'm from my neighborhood. But because he knew my uncle and my cousins and he realized who I was, he gave me a pass.
Mm-hmm.
So so I've kind of brought that stuff to Vegas with me and was trying to be cool. But when I got on a bike set out here, man, I turned into a whole nother monster, man, because it was so much dictator shit going on around here and bullying. I wasn't having it at all, bro. Not at all. And I can't stand a nigga that disrespect a woman. So I might say a word or two, but not to a woman's face. I might say something in a conversation with my boys, but I'm not one to disrespect no woman. And I'm telling you, like I said, them people I told you, talk to me. Tap out from Sin City Disciple. That's my boy right there. And shouts out to Crossroad Outcast out here in Vegas. That's my young brother, but he's a beast.
Yeah.
Um, So I just had to change, man, because a motherfucker catch you slipping and blow your brains out.
Mhm. Mhm.
So after that, I already grew up helping people. And so I started teaching some of the sisters how to ride motorcycles out here, from first ladies, who else did I taught a few women how to ride bikes. I taught some of my boys how to ride bikes. And then I just started doing stuff for people, what my grandmother used to do, start helping people going through a struggle. I'm helping them. My wife, like, that's what I love about you. I didn't pay people rent up. I didn't gave away a truck. I didn't gave away two motorcycles. I didn't gave away a car. I didn't gave money away. I didn't gave clothes away. I didn't, man, my wife had a whole Thanksgiving meal cooked. I
Mhm.
called my homeboy. I came home from work. I said, babe, Shaq don't have, well, he don't mind me saying his name. I said, oh boy, don't have nothing to eat. And she was like, well, what we gonna do? Let's go get him. So I said, nah, babe, let's just give him this. Man, I was getting all that stuff together, me and my wife, and she was like, well, let me get some of this, and took him the meal, gave him some money, bought their kids some clothes.
Wow.
And I just love helping people, and
Mhm.
that's what the Highway Burglar stand for. We don't, Harley Davidson sign discriminate against bikes. The Indian sign discriminate against bikes. The Victory sign discriminate against other bikes, but the Highway sign don't discriminate against nothing.
Nice. Nice. So talk to us a little
It's
bit about
all about.
Highway Burglar and what you got going on with that.
Okay, well, Highway Burglar came about when me and Fat Cat, my invite from Rare Breed, shouts out to Fat Cat, doing a tremendous job in Rare Breed, made itself known.
Yeah.
The Highway Burglar came along when me and Fat Cat was we was somewhere at the top of the United States, man, where that Abraham Lincoln statue is at.
Mhm.
It's a pull off thing with the Abraham Lincoln statue, and I had my tools. Highway. I told Fat Cat I want to steal some of these signs. He was like, huh? I said, man, I'm finna burglarize they ass. So we'll pull up to the sign, we get in the sign, and then sometimes they bend the screws so you can't get them out.
Yeah.
So now I know I need to bring them little things that'll clip them like wire cutters. So
Yeah.
we getting it. Man, we put off the road one time. I'm getting this sign. Next thing you know, the police pull up.
Mm. Nah.
I'm like, oh no. So he pull up, he stopped, and he's like slow, and he kept going. I'm like, man, Fat Cat, like, man, you gonna go to jail for burglarizing the highway. And I was like, man, come on, let's go, man. And then before we can take off, I said, that's who I am, Fat Cat. He was like, what? I said, the Highway Burglar. And he was like, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where it came about.
Okay,
We did
okay.
the four corner True X. And
Uh-huh.
then as we riding, I'm smiling, thinking about the name. We talking on the headset. I said, Fat Cat, we got to think of you something. So we came with all kind of shit. So then we named Fat Cat the Mile Monster.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm the Highway Burglar. He the Mile Monster. You know what I'm saying? And so the Highway Burglar, at first it was just something I wanted to do, sell shirts and all that kind of stuff. But then um, I said, man, I need to bridge this gap of separation on a bike set.
Mhm.
So, but let me go back some. Before that, before I met Fat Cat, COVID hit,
Okay.
and I was doing social distance runs. And anybody that know me, that follow me, will tell you, man, I had it going on. We had a ride every fucking week. And
Mhm.
then I did the Southern California bikers meet Southern Nevada bikers, and we took over Barstow. Over 550 bikes, over 300 and some cars. It was packed out. I bought food. Full Throttle Law Office helped me with the food. Shouts out to Miss Dazzle and Full Throttle. And we had so many people leaving from Vegas, black, white,
Mhm.
everybody.
Mhm.
And we had the same people coming from California. We had people coming from Idaho, Washington,
Wow.
Colorado. Man, we took over Barstow. No bullshit. We took
Yeah.
over Barstow. And so, with that being said, this the Highway Burglar mascot right here, old Socks. He's a he's
Nice.
a killer.
Yes, sir. I see it in
So
his eyes.
and so we took over that, man, and then I said, That's when I said, I need to think of something. So I ended up meeting Fat Cat. I saw him on the Road King. I told him he looked like he should be with Red Breed. He was like, well, what's up? He started hanging with us and ain't looked back. Told him, do you want to do a ride? I'll be your sponsor, but I'm going to take you and make you a real rider. He was like, okay. So I told him what we was going to do. He said, I'm with it. But he was like, man, how we going to do that? I said, we going to ride. We did 15,000 miles. He know the exact number. We did the Four Corner True X. Once we landed in Tampa, Florida, Key West, Florida, we went up to Jacksonville, Florida, and did the 10 to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And from that ride, Fat Cat became a legend, a beast. And so anyway, got back talking to Fat Cat. We doing the shirts. I bought the machines and all that shit. He computer savvy, so I give him the artwork. He do it. He made it. Next thing I know, man, I'm like, dude, I want to get a Highway Burglar Motorcycle Association.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hit up Miss Dazzling. We got to talking. The law office bagging me on it. I'm finna do some big stuff to come. Trust me.
Yeah.
So I told Miss Dazzling, I said, I want to bridge this gap between the bike set out here that's separated, COC side, the black side, the Mexican, and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
So I started just reaching out to everybody, going to different people's stuff. I don't care if you wear a diamond or a girdle. If you're on a bike set, I don't care if you gay or you straight. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I reach out to you, let's ride. I don't
Yeah.
care. I used to be one of them dudes that say, man, if you ain't going this far and that far, you ain't no ground pounder. But who the fuck am I to tell somebody that they ain't a ground pounder because they ride their bike to work every day? So
Yeah.
to everybody out there that do that to people, I'm not gonna say nothing vulgar or disrespectful. I'm gonna say don't do that
Mm-hmm.
because that person is riding their bike every day from work. You never know what trauma they've been through, if they've been through anything, or why they doing it. What
Mm-hmm.
you do is invite them out to eat a little bit further than their job. Take
Right.
them to the state line and eat.
Right.
Then when you get to the state line, they're gonna be happy they done it. Where we going next? Then you take them to a rare breed event or Kings of the South or Undisputed or Brothers of the Sun, Liberty Riders event. Get
The
them out
Kingdom
there to
Alignment
ride.
Motorcycle Ministry event, you know?
Yes, yes, or yeah, or also too. Here's the big one: people that have those, the one with the two wheels in the front and the one in the back,
The spiders and stuff.
um, the spiders and all them. Look, if you consider that a motorcycle, I love it. I consider it a motorcycle because we had somebody in a Can-Am
Uh-huh.
that did the four corners with us, the True X. And
Nice.
I'm thankful for Erica, Miss D9 that did it. So in my organization,
Uh-huh.
I welcome everybody, any and everybody. Long as you can get 150 miles, you're welcome to do this four corner. There's 48 states with us because I didn't tell you that I'm doing a 48 state ride,
Mm-hmm.
and bro, I'm doing something that I don't know nobody else done it. I got people from all walks of life on a bike set,
Mm-hmm.
from all different sides of the bike set,
Mm-hmm.
people from one side of the state to the other state. It ain't
Mm-hmm.
100 of them, but it's about 17 of us, or a little less, maybe, or maybe more by the time it come. We doing the 48 states.
And
Many patches, one ride, one fellowship.
nice.
We finna have one goal, and that's the fellowship and ride with one another, create memories. So that's what the Highway Burglar is about: feeding the less fortunate, doing shoe drives and all that kind of stuff. So that's what it's about.
So if someone is watching, and I need for you guys to go ahead and hit up that comment section. But if someone's watching and they say, "Yo, I want to get down with the Highway Burglar," and on this 48 state run, how can they contact you? How can they get involved? And when is the departure date?
Okay, so right now Miss Dazzling is working on a link
Okay.
to where, because at first I wasn't gonna ask for registration fee, but like six people on a ride said no. You doing shirts, you doing this, you doing that. Charge them something. I mean, have them to pay something. So
Hmm.
it's a $75 registration fee once we put the link up. And that comes for your shirt, your patch, and all the other stuff that I'm going to give you, the certificate, your plaque, and stuff like that. But if anybody want to get in on a ride, all you have to do is inbox me or go on Facebook and look up the Highway Burglar Brotherhood and Sisterhood community page. Send a request, and inbox me and let me know that you joined it, because a lot of people try to join the page and I
Mhm.
deny it. I can have over 5,000 people right now, but when I look at certain people page and I know a
Right.
certain person and they keep up bullshit on their page, or they
Mhm.
dictators and all that type of shit, I don't let them come on my page because I know I'm gonna pop off on them. And
Right.
I'm not one of the dudes that hide behind this computer.
Right.
I bag up what I say. So because I don't want to have to put myself in a situation, I screen people.
Mhm.
Nobody can approve. A couple of people approve, but they won't do it. They'll let me. So you
Let me
can come on
interrupt
the
you for a quick second.
page.
Let me interrupt you for a quick second. I probably shouldn't, but let me. I'm gonna put this up on the screen and give me what do you say about that? Social media
Social media made
made
y'all
y'all
way
way
too
too
comfortable
comfortable
with
with disrespecting people and not
disrespecting
getting
people
punched in
and
the
not
face
getting
for it.
punched in the face. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. That's all I have to say because
We can move on. We can
man,
move on. We can move on. We can move
no,
on.
no, no, no. Let me speak on myself.
Okay.
Somebody said some shit about me on social media. Um, because I was doing something for a less fortunate person. I was in my truck, put up at the gas station. This dude is sitting up there at the store with no shoes, no shirt, and he was asking people for money. He had a box on the side of the store, and I went in my car and got a brand new pair of shoes that I had just well, they went brand new, but I bought a new pair of shoes and from the store, and I put them on, and I just had them on in my car, and I was like, nah, I don't want to wear these because I didn't want to wear no white shoes,
Mhm.
and um, I put up at the store. I saw him when I was going in, and I came out, so I gave him the shoes, and then I took my hoodie off, fresh hoodie, gave it to him, gave him the shoes, gave him some money. And somebody got on Facebook and was like, this nigga always putting stuff on social media. You don't have to do that to blah, 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 this and that. And so I was like, well, nigga, get your punk ass off my page.
Mhm.
Block yourself. I ain't gonna block you. And then he said something, and it come one of the bike nights. I put him to the side by that old trash can over there and see what he want to do. He didn't want no friction. So I told that nigga to keep my name out of his mouth. He
Yeah.
was like, man, I was like, bro, I'm asking you to keep my name out your mouth. So I'm not going to take advantage of you if you're not going to fight back. You don't get no stripes on that. But since you want to poke your chest out and say something about me, I'm gonna see what you talking about. So yeah, social media got people way comfortable with disrespecting people. Now let me say something.
Mhm.
I was bad for that.
Yeah.
I was bad for it.
For
Man, I
disrespecting
would
people.
call you, man, I would see somebody doing something on Facebook or saying something, or somebody said something about me, and I'll go live and talk bad about them and tell them I'll be at the bike night. See, I
Yeah.
wasn't hiding behind the computer,
Yeah.
and I put up on a few folks. My little brother, like, man, you got to stop that. But then one time, my little brother was with me. He was like, let's get him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they didn't want no phone, so we let it go. And then some of the sisters on the bike said again, and some of the brothers talked to me, and I thought about it like, man, I'm getting too old for this shit. If
Yeah.
they want to talk, let them talk.
Yeah.
But you're right, Mike Tyson or whoever put that out is right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are too comfortable because they'll say some shit about somebody or to somebody that they won't say in their face.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like one dude on the East Coast, I put up a post, and we was talking about something, and that nigga was like, I'm a real blood. Nigga, come to New York and see what it do. And I was finna go in on him. And that's when all of a sudden it kicked in.
Mhm.
I said, I ain't never gonna see this dude.
Right.
He talking about come to East Coast. So I put on there, dude, you think I'm crazy enough to come to your motherfucking turf?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, man, I'm not even gonna say nothing. I said, but if you're on the West Coast, people seeing this, they're gonna remember you. They'll let me know that you here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we'll deal with it then. Mr. I'm a real such and such. And then next thing I know, I get an inbox from a diamond wearer in New York.
Mhm.
I didn't know this man from a man on the moon. And this dude has been following me, and I helped some of his people out on the highway. In
Wow.
fact, it was his sister.
Uh-huh.
He reached out to that dude and he said, "You ain't gonna have no issues with this dude." Next thing you know, I got an apology in my inbox. And he said, "Man, don't worry about it." He said, "We already talked to him. So when you want to come out here, come out here." I
Yeah.
said, "Bro, I ain't tripping off that, but it's a small world, man." And I
Mhm.
was real active on social media. I'm the one who officially started the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Talk to me
It
about that.
started out here.
Uh-huh.
It started out here in as far as the bike set. It started out here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
It was me, which was Hog Life MC at the time, and Divas to Die For. That's when Miss Bossy was the president, Material Girl was the VP. My friend named Sandy Cheney up out of Fresno from New Millennium Riders called me and said, "I have an idea." So she's the starter of it, but she said, "I have an idea. The guys is not following me because I'm a woman." And
Mm.
she told me about it. I went upstairs and had a little bottle of cold water and poured it on my head, thought I was doing something. And I thought that was so lame. So
Yeah.
when I came home, I had a swimming pool in the backyard, filled it up with ice, called my wife, my sister in law, my nephew,
So
and
you
we was
filled
in
the
the
whole pool up.
backyard. Yeah,
Okay.
but I dumped my nephew, and that's when people were saying, "Do it for the vine." I ain't gonna do it. Do it
Do
for
it
the
for the
vine.
vibe.
So
I
my
ain't
little
gonna do it.
yeah, my little nephew was like, "I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the
Yeah.
vine." And I hit him. Pow! He started screaming and hollering. So that shit was funny. So I told my wife, I said, "I'm taking it to another level because I did that old corny shit." So the purpose of the Ice Bucket Challenge was to help fund
Hmm.
the all boys homes in the communities, battered women's shelters, fathers that's trying to any shelter that's trying to help us and our
Right.
people.
Right.
So we did it. Now, if you didn't take the challenge within 24 hours, you had to donate $50 to $100 to the charity of my choice. But if
Hmm.
you did it right away and you showed me, then you call me and say, "Blue, I did it. Now I need you to donate money to such and such." That's what it was about. Man, I look up, that shit went viral over the fucking bike set.
Nice.
It went viral over the bike set from the east to the west, from the north to the south. I had people from different churches reaching out to me because you can sue a person for their actions if it's yours. You know that, right?
You can sue a person for their actions.
Yeah, just like a copyright.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So um the NFL was doing it. I sent the letter to who I thought was Roger Goodell would get it, but they ended up stopping it because people was trying to say Oprah, Dr. Dre, and all them started. I said, "Nigga, this started on a bike set."
Hmm.
So then the churches would call me and say, "Do you mind if we do it? We're doing a fundraiser." So you don't have to call me, do it.
Yeah.
Man, that shit went so viral. So that's what the Ice Bucket Challenge was about.
Nice. I remember too when it was going around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's how I got all my followers right there.
Hmm.
Doing that, and then people used to see me feeding the less fortunate. Me and my brother, we put a big ass barbecue pit out at a recycling company out here down, um, out there by the off of Owens,
Hmm.
and we cooked, and we had potato chips, sandwiches, barbecue, everything. We fed everybody that was out there, and so my Facebook started blowing up like that, man. And plus, I used to do stupid shit, and it ain't worth it no more.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad, Gorilla, to hear your story, your testimony. And the part that excites me is the fact that you realized you had to make a change, and then you made the change that you knew you had to make. I want to throw a word out
Right.
there, and I want to get your opinion on it, your take on it. And it's real simple. And
Well, first of all, if you hit me with a word that I don't understand,
no, no,
I'm
it's
not
it.
finna sit here and
No, no,
listen.
we ain't going
I'm
there.
not gonna sit here and pretend like I know. I'm gonna say, "Bro, what does that mean?" So if anybody want to call me stupid or laugh at me for that, then you stupid.
Nah, man, we ain't gonna set you up
So
like that, man. We don't get down
okay,
like
hit
that.
me with the word.
It's real simple. OG.
Oh man,
Come on, man. I'm telling you, man. It's simple.
OG man, that word is big. It's two
Okay.
letters, but it has a million meanings.
Yeah.
I always call people OG. Benson Hero, my uncle Chosen Few. I love him to death. That's my OG.
Mm-hmm.
That's yup.
Come
Man,
on,
how
man.
you get all this
Come,
shit?
dude. I'm saying it's the
Hey,
retro philosophy show, man. Hey, you already
hey,
know, man.
yeah, that's my uncle right there,
I
man. My
reached out to
daddy
him
was
the
out
other
there that
day.
night.
Say it again.
Yeah, my daddy was out there that night.
Okay, okay.
My daddy was over there sitting down drinking gin, playing with his little big titty girlfriend. You know, yeah, and those two dudes right there is the definition of OG.
Yeah.
OG is somebody that will see you doing wrong and correct you.
Come on, bro.
Um, Not only doing wrong, correct you, but an OG will see you speaking wrong
Mm-hmm.
and educate you. An OG will not hold your uh, your misguided, uh, misinformed information against you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What they would do was they would take that wrong information and set it to the side and give you the real education, or give you education and say, now you have a choice. You can believe this or you can believe that, but they're gonna tell you this is the way it go. I learned about the bike set from my daddy, from my uncle Hero, my uncle Moses, and all that. So an OG means a lot to me. An OG is gonna pick you up off the ground and dust you off and tell that dude that you was fighting, y'all
Mm-hmm.
need to shake hands
Mm-hmm.
and hug each other and smoke that blunt together. If y'all niggas fight again, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass.
Right. That part.
That's what a real OG gonna tell you. A OG growing up, I had homies like, here, Blue, go here, Roland, go do this. Cause they used to call me double R for retarded Roland. Cause I used to do some retarded shit. So he'd be like, I had a homeboy, man, said, here, go put in work. I said, man, I'm not finna go do nothing. I'm gonna fuck you up. I said, I'm gonna tell my uncle too.
Yeah.
So my uncle, little Fred, so he left me alone, and then, my daddy pulled up on a motorcycle and he was like, man, don't tell your daddy, I'm cool. I'm sorry, because I was gonna tell him.
Yeah.
And then that ain't no OG right there. So all of y'all do just like the OGs on a bike set. There's a lot of people on a bike set that has a lot of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You have some old heads around here. Like you got Hero. I keep bringing him up because he's
Mm-hmm.
still old and active. I mean, mature and active. You got Mr. Nate, mature and active, a lot of history. You got my uncle Big Junebug, still active, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of knowledge. Um, you have Miss Showtime in California. Miss Showtime used to ride with my dad now. They
Okay.
all used to hang together.
Yeah.
She almost 100 years old. Um, so you have people like that, and you need to go seek knowledge from them so
Mm-hmm.
that you can gain understanding. Because if you seek knowledge, it gives you understanding, power, respect, and love for what you're doing.
Mm.
See, a lot of these people are misinformed based on what I hear them say. When you catch somebody that say, "Oh, I just do this shit for fun,"
Mm.
I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is my lifestyle. I call my wife downstairs right now.
Mm-hmm.
She gonna say it's my husband lifestyle. If I'm not at work or at my son game or doing something at home or whatever, I'm on my bike. And the only reason why I'm not on my bike right now is because I had an appointment. I'd like to go get physicals and get my blood work done and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. I had an appointment with the bank. But also too, my road glide is being broke down because I'm finna recreate it. The road king is in there, I can ride it, but I have appointments. I have one tomorrow. I got a guy coming to build me a garden where I can grow my own greens and stuff like that. But you need to seek that knowledge
Yes,
from
sir.
the OGs before it's too late. Because you're gonna end up like most of us Negroes when it comes to history.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing you're gonna have is what somebody put in a book. Cell did a show with some guys, and it was two dudes had the same name, and it was two dudes. getting on this guy named Mike Rico or uh, Miko,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
Miko.
Anyway, and these dudes was on that show bashing that dude, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I hope Cell don't stoop to their level. Cell come back and say, man, all y'all wrong. And when he said that, I loved it
Yeah, yeah,
because this dude was sharing his knowledge with the OGs that he have in his club. I mean, that's affiliated with him
mhm,
about how bikers should be. Two other dudes is picking up books, reading them.
right.
Just because you read some shit in a book don't mean it's right. Now they trying to say when was the first bike sets, the bike club started, when was the first biker, all this shit. That's just like somebody trying to tell you Jesus had a mole on his face. Nigga, you didn't see it. You wasn't here. So how the fuck you know what Jesus had?
Yeah,
And who to say a man is the first person to start riding a motorcycle? It
right.
could have been a woman. You know what I'm saying? So seek your knowledge so you can have understanding and you can guide these upcoming youngsters the right way, man. I'm telling you, don't sit there and knock somebody history from what they learned. Do like an OG would do and share with yours and see if they can discern what's right, what's wrong with her, what's right and what's not
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people out here misinformed. And I have a few youngsters out here on a Vegas bike set, young dudes from the
yeah.
gang banging life, but they on bikes and they from the opposite side to where I was from. But them youngsters love me, man. They support me. They talk to me. They going on a 48 state trip with me,
Nice.
and they know I'm not gonna lead them wrong. And they call me OG. Even my boy Crossroad from Outcast call me OG, and I
Mhm.
appreciate that because I love that youngster, man. He's a good youngster, have a good heart. You know what I'm saying? He's a true definition of a brother, man. Like for real.
You got
And
you got some people that want to be an OG and all they got to offer is the fact that they, have time, but they have nothing to offer, nothing of substance.
man, let me tell you something about time.
Okay.
You got time of pleasure.
Mhm.
You got time that gives you history and experience,
Okay.
and you got lost time.
Mm.
There's a lot of people out here with lost time.
Mhm.
Just because you've been in this club that I'm in, which is rare breed, longer than me, don't make you no better than me.
Right.
And Punchy said it better. The mother chapter president, he is Mr. Rare Breed. He said, just because a motherfucker got more years in this club than somebody else don't make him a good ass member. Shit, he just ain't got put out yet or something he said, and it just made sense. Like I just came in the club 5.5 years ago, man, and I'm out doing motherfuckers that been in this club way longer than me. I represented harder than them. I just hey, I'm I'm one of many Rare Breeds MVPs.
Come on now.
You
Talk
know what
that
I'm
talk.
saying? So yeah, I'm one of them, and when you see an OG like Mr. Nate
Mhm.
or a hero and they finna go across country and they say, oh, I'm gonna just go by myself. A few people call, but I ain't tripping. Please don't take this the wrong way, people. If you love your OGs,
Mhm.
you will find a way to get your ass out there with them and ride with them. Do not let any of your brothers, let alone a founder or a president, go across country by themselves.
And so back in February, you picked up that challenge and you rode Mr. Nate from the West Coast to the East Coast. Talk to me
To
about it.
Jack, yep, yep. So I went to Mr. Nate house to pick up my Letterman jacket, which is on a couch right there.
Mhm.
Um, and so I was just shooting the shit with him, like, "What's up, Mr. Nate? Um, what you got going?" I said, "I see you. You finna get an award in Jacksonville." I said I was gonna go, but um, I ain't got no time and all that kind of stuff. And so he was like, "Well, I'm gonna go." He said, I'm gonna go." I said, "Who going with you?" I just knew somebody was gonna go with him.
Right.
He said, well, a couple of people called. I said, huh? He said, you know how it is? I said, yeah. I said, well, Mr. Nate, I'm going with you. He said, well, let me know if something changed. I said, change? It ain't going to change. So he was like, all right. So I came home. He called me. I said, Mr. Nate, I told you I'm going. Shot the shit with my wife. My wife went in her brought, got me a couple of racks out and said, babe, you going to do it? Do it. Next thing I know, I told Mr. Nate, he
Mm-hmm.
was coming from California. I was coming from Vegas. I met him at 1401 North 75th Street East. And I never forget in Arizona. We met up, we took off, we ride, having a good time. And then all of a fucking sudden, we get into Texas.
Come on, man.
Man, dude, that's the second time that I was scared to ride my bike. And I said, I'm not finna do this. When I tell you it looked like Iceman from the Marvel heroes just blew everything and turned it into icicles and the road was messed up, Mr. Nader tell you my bike was dancing on that highway. And I'm like, no, 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 no. So I remember not to panic. So I let off the gas and it straightened out. We riding down that fucking 10 freeway. We get to Texas. They shut the 10 freeway off right where we need to get. We got off the freeway, got a room. The news people said travel is not encouraged.
Mm.
Should something happen to you, you on your own. When I saw the military get off the highway in them vans, these dudes had bars. Get
Wow.
off and get in a hotel room. I went and told Mr. Nate, I said, man, they got like the whole military down there. So he was looking at the news. He said, yeah, we're going to have to stay another day. I said, fuck it. We'll stay another day. If we don't make Jacksonville, it is what it is. So we sat in the room. I soaked up a lot of knowledge because I asked a lot of questions. And man, that was the craziest fucking stuff that I've been through. One of the craziest rides that I've been through as a rare breed, besides when I got caught in the snow in Seattle when it was sunny outside and all of a sudden the snow covered everything. But we got to riding. We got to Baton Rouge. It was cool. Then we went ahead, got to Sweet Home, Alabama. It was cool. Then we got out to Jacksonville. It was nice. On the way back, it wasn't bad at all. But man, that was one of the craziest fucking rides I ever been through, bro. Because they got them snake tars in the road.
Yeah.
And when that shit is cold, hot, or wet, it's dangerous for a motorcycle.
Yeah. 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 That's what's up, man. So you guys came through some pretty serious weather to get there, man.
Yeah, we came through some, ain't no pretty serious weather. We came to some crazy ass weather.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
heating suit went out and it was already 17 degrees. I'm trying to get Mr. Nate attention.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Nate turned his head on me and kept going. I can't give it no more gas because my hand's hurting. So now I got my hand up under me with cruise control on and I'm shaking like Don Knotts. We get to the room. I almost dropped the bike. Mr. Nate said, man, Roland, he said, Blue, don't be mad at me. You know, I knew we had to get through this. And
Yeah.
I'm watching every mile marker. We had 50 miles to go. It seemed like 400. We get there, my hands hurting, the people looking at me. I'm walking around in the lobby shaking my hand. My hands hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, this shit is hurting. So next thing I know, my hand cooled down. Me and Mr. Nate laugh about it. We get home. We take him to go get his award, man, and that was shouts out to Charge. It was much appreciated
Yeah.
that Mr. Nate
Man.
was honored like that.
Yeah. Great
And
event.
and and everybody that call themselves a ground pounder or getting yonder, whatever, dude, y'all need to go to this stuff. This is the Black Ground Pounder Motorcycle Convention. That's what it is.
That's what it
And
is.
I agree with whoever. Yeah, man, it was a business, bro. And so many people knew me, and I didn't know them. And Mr. Nate said, "You really is a star out here." I was like, Mr. Nate, I don't know half them people. You know what I'm saying? People knowing him, and he didn't know him, but it was all love, man. And if I can give y'all one piece of good advice, what I would say to everybody is that be encouraging to other people to ride their bikes. Don't talk about somebody because they ain't got no Harley or because they on an older bike or because they got a knock on their gas tank to get it started. If you have extra parts in your garage and you know damn well you ain't using them,
Right.
don't be so quick to sell it to somebody. What's up, Mr. Oh, I thought Mr. Nate. That's Mr. Nate.
Yes,
That's
sir.
my founder right there. You know, congratulations to him again on the 10 to the end and the Iron Elite Award. But if you can encourage somebody, encourage them, inspire them, and all that stuff. K Solo is the one who got me out here doing this crazy shit that I be doing.
Mm-hmm.
K Solo and Highway Smiley.
Yeah.
That's who got me doing it. So, and then I want to say this too. Brothers, stop being so hard on the ladies on the bike set.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of you brothers are misinformed. Y'all say this is a man's world. This is a man's set. It's a man's club. No MC don't stand for that. It stands for motorcycle club. But it's a man's club.
Mm-hmm.
But how many of y'all honestly believe that from when the first club was started, that none of these men have women in their lives,
Right. That part.
or women supporting them,
Mm-hmm.
women cooking for them,
Mm-hmm.
women going to the store for them? They break down and women come rescue them. A woman carrying a pistol for them, a woman carrying their drugs for them. Dude, yes, this is us. But bro, it wouldn't be a damn thing without a woman, because I'm not coming to nobody's anniversary, annual, whatever the fuck you call it, if ain't no woman in there. I'm like Red Fox. Y'all gonna seem like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
some of
Yeah.
that going on. You know what I'm saying? So show these women they love and they respect. Give them their flowers while they alive. And quiet as kept, man, y'all got some women out there knocking y'all brothers out the ground with these miles and
That part.
clean bikes.
That part. And that's what Marcus just said. Marcus Mogas Jones. He says, I know a few women that will ride circles around many men. So talk to me about these women, because like you said, not only are they getting miles, but they on some pretty bikes.
Right. So you got Porco and you got Half Pint up out of Compton, California with Breaking Ground. Um, every time I went to the Four Corner in 48 State with my club, they did it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't complain on the ride. They didn't have to use a restroom on the ride as much as men. When they got to the gas station, they got their gas, did what they did, and was ready. It was the brothers that we was like, man, hurry up. These women, you got women like, and I ain't talking about you, Keisha Dixon. You a one-hit wonder. She always talking shit, so I had to give her that for free. She ain't
Yeah.
even got to pay for that one. So, D Nice, let me hit you back, bro. All right, that's my president. Um, so, uh, uh, you got them two people. You got you got Kinky. You got Pop Off, Outcast supporter. You got Kinky, a Bessie Bell. You got Bella, Bessie Bell. You got Miss Curves, a Bessie Bell. You got Showtime, Sunshine Rogers. You
Mm-hmm.
got man, you got a whole lot of
A
women
lot of
out there that be doing it, man. And these women are doing their things, man. And don't forget to support and come out to the West Coast all female ride out here in Vegas taking place in April. But yeah, these women, man, they're outstanding, educated, sophisticated, classy women.
that part.
Good jobs, homeowners, running companies and all kind of stuff out here riding a bike. They not bragging about it. They not putting men down, not none of that stuff. They just riding a bike and encouraging one another as women. And I'm inspired by them as well. So
No,
shouts out to them women. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. If nobody ain't told y'all, y'all are very important. We need you all on the bike set, and we love you all on the bike set. For those that don't love you and don't need you, I say we do. I speak for me, and I'm telling you, the love that they don't have for you, I got it for you.
that
And it
whole
ain't
part
on
right.
no humping type stuff.
That whole part right there. Shout out to all them ladies out there on them twos making it do what it do. Look at here,
Let
man.
me say this too, right
Yeah,
quick.
absolutely.
People, this is important.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of your family.
Yes, sir.
You in a motorcycle club, even if your son say, "Nah, Dad, I don't want to go nowhere," stay home. At
Mm-hmm.
least he know you there.
Right, right,
If
right.
your wife, your girlfriend, your living girlfriend, your whoever don't want to go nowhere, stay home.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the garage all damn day
Mm-hmm.
putting blue vine the blue see-through stuff over the lights on the Road King,
Yeah,
and it looked nice too. And then, I just been chilling, man, talking to my neighbors and all that stuff. Sometimes it's good to just sit at home, but
yeah,
don't get out here trying to run a motorcycle club if you can't even run your own home.
right.
And don't come out here being disrespectful to people on a bike set when you can't even run your own house. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, and I don't give a damn what nobody think. A lot of these suckers, because that's what they are on a bike set, come out here be dictators and bullies
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have no power at home. So
Right,
they come out here and pick on these weak brothers on the bike set that they look at as weak because they know they're not gonna bark back at them. But it's people like me that'll bark back at your ass, and they
right,
ain't gonna come toward us.
right.
And the thing I like about the Las Vegas bike set, for the most part, it's a lot of brothers out here. The youngster I told you about,
Mm-hmm.
Cross Crossroad. We talk a lot. We talk a lot um, about a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
and people tired of that out here. We just want a fellowship,
Mm-hmm.
and we not perfect out here. I'm not saying we perfect because we have our issues, but we work our differences out so that we can fellowship with one another. You know what I mean? So
Up.
please be encouraging and inspiring to somebody. And if I said something that you don't agree with, that's fine. We can agree to disagree. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? If you call it tomato and I call it tomato, guess what? It's the same damn thing.
It's still gonna make sauce.
Yup.
That
And
old.
still tastes good in a salad.
Yeah, there you go. Look, Gorilla Man, you are the man. I wanna take you down memory lane real quick, man. I'm gonna throw some photos up here, and I want to get your first impression, the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay, we're gonna start out with this one right here.
Okay.
Bada boom, bada bang.
Man, we had a ball that day. That's my family right there.
Yes,
Big
sir.
Juice. You know what I'm saying? That's my Vegas chapter right there, man. We the shit.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Once again, it's a poor
Man,
frog that
I'll never
raises its
forget
own
that.
pond.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we was at mixed breed thing that they had at this little bar, man, and we had a ball. It was a waterfall behind us,
Uh huh.
and we had brothers smoking cigars and stuff, and something happened out there, and some of the brothers took off running, and we was out there laughing like a motherfucker. I'll never forget that night.
That's what's up, man. We're gonna keep on strolling down memory lane while we got you, man. What's going on right
Okay.
here?
Oh man, they're my sisters, Harris Throne, and then you got the Deuces. You got Slimy and his wife Entice. You know what I'm saying? She with Hub City Ladies. You got Thick Thing and Chanel right there with Harris of the Thrones. Uh, I don't remember. We was at One Love when we took that picture. We was having a ball up at Marcus Clubhouse.
Nice, nice, nice. That's what's up, man. Ain't nothing like fellowship, man. Getting them smiles and everything. Who that dude right
Yeah.
there, man? Who that?
Man, I don't know, man. That old Buster, he always talking about motorcycle shit. He ain't gonna do nothing.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
He
He don't
got a
want no
little
smoke.
size on him.
He got a little gun
Yeah,
right
he ain't no he don't yeah, he don't want no smoke, man. Getting all them pills he taking to make his arms look like that. He probably got on a ton of baby oil.
You gotta watch
Hey,
out for
but
them
that's a
jokers.
solid ass but that's a solid ass individual right there. And he just
Yeah.
took that picture about a month ago, maybe two
Okay.
months ago.
Okay. 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 I see you, man. I see you, man. I see you. I don't want no smoke, man. I ain't want no smoke. Nah, man. We're gonna keep on rolling. We're gonna keep on rolling. Talk to me about these two wonderful
Oh
people with you in this
man,
picture.
man, that's a bittersweet picture right there.
Okay.
That's when we was doing a four corner true X,
Mm-hmm.
and uh man, that's a bittersweet moment right there. I just want to say that I have nothing but love and respect for her. One thing about a ride is that A ride will make you or break you. And
Yeah.
in this case, it broke us. That's
Okay.
all I'm going to say. But I seen her and I spoke to her, and I don't have no animosity toward her. I've been getting I was getting phone calls saying this and saying that. And I just told them, believe what you want to believe. I ain't got nothing to say about it.
Okay. 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 All right. And so that's Fat
But
Cat, and then
she's, and who?
that's Fat Cat and Most Wanted.
Yeah, most wanted.
Yeah.
And I want to say this. She's a strong woman. She's a strong woman. And she's a great woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to take that away from her. Um, Me and Fat Cat was on a mission. Somebody in his family died, and we needed to get the ride out the way. And so I said, let's go. All gas, no brakes. So then, when we got to Chicago, knowing that's where she lived at, we just had to separate.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say on that.
Okay. We'll keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. No
Yeah.
critics, no success. What's that mean? Talk to me.
If I ain't doing that, ain't nobody talking about me.
Come on,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? They always talking about me, man. So I must be doing something right. And guess what? Some of the same people that talk about me follow me.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not talking about on Facebook. I'm talking about when I put rides together, my
Yeah.
birthday party, man. You should have seen my birthday party last night in person. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It was like somebody danced or something. Um, so no critics, man, no success. So
Mhm.
if I'm doing something that make people talk shit about me, I'm being successful. You know, paying off the house,
Mhm.
buying another motorcycle,
Mhm.
taking care of my family, you know, dressing the way I dress. All the nigga think he fly. Hey, I'm successful. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, that part right there. No critics, no success. I like that. I like
And you
that.
got all kind of pictures.
Tell me about this gentleman here.
Oh man, I can't cry again, man. That's my granddaddy. He was a rider too, man. That's my granddaddy, Herbert Lee Shaw. He's a black cowboy up out of Arkansas by up out of Compton by way of Arkansas. That was my 2010 Camaro.
Uh-huh.
That was one of the first ones came out. My wife bought it. That's my granddaddy in his last days. I used to ride down there and take him for walks and talk to him and stuff like that. I asked him, did he want a stripper? He started laughing. Oh no, I'm too old for that. You know, and a few weeks later, after that, my granddaddy died. We have horses, goats, ducks, chickens, all kind of shit.
Wow.
But that man right there is a strong ass man,
Yeah.
and that's who made me the man that I am. My granddaddy was a motherfucker too. If
Mhm.
you challenge him, he gonna accept it. He
Mm.
didn't take no jokes from nobody. And he's a strong man. He don't like bullies. He love his family. He love his friends. He's an honorable man, respectful man, loyal man. He's all that and some. So rest in peace to my granddaddy. That's my mom, dad.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Well, rest in
Yeah.
peace to granddad. Real talk, man. We're gonna keep on moving because I
Yep.
don't want to hold you all night, but I definitely want to get your
Yeah, I'm
okay.
good.
Facebook user said, "Stop cussing, Reverend Blue."
Hey, so I don't know who said that, but I am a licensed minister.
Really?
Um, I could have been ordained, yep, but I didn't did eulogies, I didn't did weddings, all kind of stuff. I have my license and all that stuff. I didn't preach. I got sermons on DVD, on DVD and all that stuff, but um, I didn't want to get ordained because I was still doing my stuff. I used to ride a lowrider to church or a
Yeah.
big K5 jacked up in the air, and one of the mothers was like, "Why you driving that gang banger, dope dealer car to church, Minister Hodge?" I said, "Man, your husband got 20s on his truck.
Yeah.
Them dope dealer rims, if that's the case." And I shut her down real quick.
Okay, so that's Mr.
So
Low Key.
my I, yeah, hey, I
That's
didn't
low
used to
key.
cuss. I didn't used to, hey, I didn't, man, anybody will tell you, I didn't cuss before I moved to Vegas.
Okay, it's something in the water out there.
My wife is crazy. Go to sleep and keep watching Perry Mason or something. Yeah. Hey, I
Uh,
promise you, bro. I did not cuss before I moved to Vegas, man. I promise you. Hold on, let me get some light. Let me get
so
some
if,
light in
if you're
here.
just tuning
I
in,
didn't
ladies and
cuss.
okay, yeah.
Uh
If you're just
oh.
tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, we have the pleasure of talking with the one and only the Highway Burglar, aka
Tracy,
Gorilla Blue, in
come
the
help me
building.
get this light on.
Awesome conversation. Right now, we're in the process of going down memory lane, and we've learned a lot about Gorilla Blue, and we've heard his testimony and everything. And now we're gonna have to get him back on for another interview because now he's telling me he's a licensed minister, and so now I got all kind of questions. I got all kinds of questions. We ain't got time tonight, but yeah, I wish he'd have said that earlier because we could have definitely dug in there right
Hey,
there. So
let me move away from here.
yeah,
This the first lady right here, man.
how you doing, ma'am? God bless you.
She like, I don't want to be on that. But yeah, man. Okay, we got like I got a guy coming over April the 15th, rewiring the whole house and doing all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, my granddaddy, man, that old man was something else, man. He taught me how to ride horses. My granddaddy was riding too before my daddy. He had
Okay.
old
Okay.
funny looking bike with some handlebars that go up and look like goat horns. They go up and they come to the back. And he used to ride that bike every day to work, rain, sleet, or snow. My granddaddy was on ground.
Wow. So it's definitely in the blood, Gorilla. Yeah,
Yup.
it's
Show me some
definitely.
more of them pictures,
Yeah.
cause
Come on, let's go ahead
that
with
was
it,
a
man.
good look with my. Oh man, that's when I was in hog life.
Okay.
Um, I think I won everybody over in Arizona because I made fried infused fried Twinkies and what else did I do, babe? Strawberries and all that stuff.
Look
And
here.
on that picture right there, I was
Uh-huh.
taking a picture with the Detroit Rare Breed president.
Okay.
And Flacco had called downstairs and got a fried Twinkie. Big Sale got about five of them. Flacco ended up getting some. I did fried Snickers, fried Twinkies, fried strawberries, fried Oreos,
I'm gonna just put
and
a.
we was out there having fun.
I'm gonna just put it out there, man. I'll ride to Arizona for a fried Twinkie. I ain't never had one. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm in Vegas. So look, we having our annual in April, the weekend of the 8th. If you come out here, in fact, I'm gonna do fried Twinkies. I'm the sergeant on, but I'm gonna talk to my president because punching them love them motherfuckers. So
And so
I
the date
do
is when?
fried Twinkies. April the 8th, the weekend of April the 8th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
be
and
in.
that's the wife's birthday.
Yeah, yeah. But we will definitely have to
Uh
make
huh.
the next.
So yeah, let me see some more of them pictures, cause you,
Yes, sir.
man, them some old pictures.
Let's go ahead with it, man. Let's go ahead with it. How about this one right here? Bada boom, bada bang. Come
Oh
on, man.
man,
The
yeah, that's
shoes,
my
though, man.
baby
The
right there,
shoes.
man. Yeah, that's my baby Elijah. That's my youngest son.
Yeah.
Um, he was in L.A. Living with his mom in Inglewood.
Okay.
And she's a good mom. I don't take nothing from her, but I told her it's time for me to take him.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her you can keep on child support. Me and the wife bought her furniture for the house and everything. We always there when she need us. I gave her a CLS 430 Benz.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we look out for her. And my baby came here and now he got his own room. He get to go in the ice box. He was like, Dad, I got my own room and all that stuff. And he used to ask to go in the ice box, and we just started looking at him like he crazy. We ain't gonna say,
Right.
yeah, what you asking us for? But
Yeah.
he's a very respectful kid. He's really smart. I love him to death. Yeah, I'm gonna get emotional talking about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my bad. You see,
Yeah, get
yeah,
that out
that's
your
my
chest,
baby
man.
right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Drink some water, man. But congratulations, man, for doing
Yeah,
your
that.
thing, man. Real talk.
Thanks, man. That's
Uh,
my baby right there,
that's
man.
what's up.
Oh man, that's my grandmama, dude. That lady right there wasn't no joke, man. When I took that picture with her, she was like, "Yo, ugly ass always smiling with your big teeth." My grandmother, old
Ah,
Creole, man. from
Yeah.
Tallulah, Louisiana. She wasn't no joke, man, but that was my sweetheart, man.
Yeah.
I miss that lady so much, man. I miss her so much. I learned how to cook through her. Um,
Yeah.
Man, I miss that lady. She's something else. Her and my granddaddy was a cold team, bro.
I could imagine, man. I could imagine. But on the real
They
though,
was a
Gorilla,
cold team.
on the real though, you do got a big smile, man. For
She
these young
made me
brothers.
smile, man. Oh man. That's my little cousin Frederick in the middle at the bottom. Little
Uh-huh.
Frederick. That's my cousin Moon. He the president of the Liberty Riders.
Okay,
And
okay.
that's when he was locked up in YA and Youth Authority. And that's his little brother Chi Chi, who's doing 52 years of life, but
Ooh.
they finna let him out. Um, he was up at Norm's in Bellflower, and some nigga was trying to bully him and the little couple of my little homeboys and my little cousin. Them three niggas in that picture,
Yeah.
motherfuckers don't want no smoke with them at all. At
Yeah.
all. Me and my brother, we cool, but they don't want no smoke with them three niggas, especially that little one right there. You know what I'm saying? But little Chi Chi, the one to the left, he took out a pistol and told dude, like, man, I'm trying to give you a pass. And one thing left to another one. He already done got convicted, but it was on camera. He
Yeah.
chased him, boom, boom, chasing him, boom, boom, chasing him, boom. That nigga was hollering like a bitch and went to court and pointed him out like a canary.
Yes,
But
sir.
he started it.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
my blood cousin right there. That's my mama's sister kids.
yeah. That's what's up, man. We're gonna let you go, man. We're gonna let you go. We're gonna let you go, but I can't let you go without talking about
Oh
the
man,
shoes and that belt. I'm saying this dude
yeah.
he got some swag.
So so first of all, that was my granddaddy home going. We
Okay,
did the cowboy western theme, and
gotcha.
that's my beautiful mama right there.
Your mom?
Yeah, that's my mother.
Okay, okay.
That's
I
my
wouldn't have
beautiful
guessed that.
mother. She's
Wouldn't have guessed
16
that.
years. Yeah, she's 16 years older than me, and she was like, "Baby, you got to get me a cowboy buckle." So I got her a buckle. I got her the cowboy hat. We got on boots and stuff like that. And that woman right there is a strong woman. She been through a lot,
Mm-hmm.
with my dad, and she's a strong woman, man. And I commend her. I love her to death. She was just 14 years old when she had my big sister on June the 14th. So if you take a few months back, she was pregnant when she was 13. So that means my daddy was hitting when she was 12, and
Mm.
he's way older than my mama. Old bastard.
Wow.
Hey,
Oh
I
man.
say that out of love, man. I
Yeah,
say that
yeah,
out of
yeah,
love.
yeah. I understand. I understand. We got a few more, man, and then we're gonna let you go. We got a few more. We're gonna let
If
you
it
go.
wasn't for them, it wouldn't be me.
That part. Y'all look like y'all was having some fun that night.
Oh yeah, man, I did skate night at the clubhouse. The only motorcycle club that did the skate ring at the clubhouse.
Nice.
They're my club sisters. That's my boy Young Fly just got married. That's our Panage sisters, our Harris of the Throne sisters. Uh and some civilians that came out to support us. Man, we had a ball that night. That's Entice in the middle, I think. But
Okay.
man, that's when I damn near bust my kneecap open.
I saw another picture that I chose not to grab, and it looked like that's exactly what had just happened because you was trying to. It looked like you was
Oh
trying to get
yeah,
up.
they
Oh, yeah.
yeah, man. My shit was hurting.
Um, tell
We
me,
had a good time that night.
tell me, Gorilla, about the head wrap you got on, man. That's your signature.
Okay, my signature is the socks and the turban.
Okay.
I wear a lot of different color socks. My other page was shut down, so you couldn't see that. But the turbans, a lot of people think that the Arabians, the East Indians, and all them people started that shit, but they didn't. The
Mm-hmm.
truth of the matter is, black women used to wear those in church back in the days. My grandmother, my great grandmother, sis, and then they'll put that little pin with the little ruby on it in the
Mm-hmm.
front of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a head covering. That was a head covering in the church. And so as I grow older and get older, I see my big homeboys would tie they blue rags on their head to look like that, but they would put the knot in the front.
Yeah.
And people used to be like, "Ain't your mama?" But Aunt Jemima and a turban is pretty much just alike. She just had to tie that rag on her head. She didn't have a turban. But the turban is a hair covering for women in church. That's what it was back in the days. And a lot of people don't have knowledge on that. So when I wear it,
Mm-hmm.
it's a symbolization of me being covered by God and my grandmother and grandparents watching over me. It's
Man,
a spiritual thing with me.
that's
And I have
powerful.
over 100 of them, different colors.
That is what's up, man. That's some serious insight right there, man. It's amazing what you get when you talk,
Yep,
isn't it?
yep,
That whole part right there. All
yep.
right, we got two more, and then we're gonna call it a, and then we're gonna call it a wrap.
Okay.
I want you to tell me what's going on here because here you are, the highway
Oh
burglar,
man.
but sometimes the highway hits back.
Man, did you see the other pictures?
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Yes, sir. So
Oh, okay.
what's going
So
through Roland's mind right now?
I'm finna tell. I was just finna say that. What was going through my mind is I was looking at myself in the phone, and I was just saying, "Thank you, God, I'm still alive."
Wow. So what happened?
Man, we was on a freeway going to Second and None
Mm-hmm.
up north, and the FBI agent was on the freeway, and he was talking on the phone. But then you had about 80 of us on our motorcycles. We ride, and my club brother Wheezy, he got the loudest bike in the fucking club. So
Mm-hmm.
he go in between the cars and rev this engine up. Wham! And you see the dude, we didn't know he was an FBI agent until he got out. And he panicked. And he got over and clipped the front wheel of my bike because I was getting over to go around him.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I went straight to the middle of the divider and I was being drugged by my bike
Ooh,
on my bike. My kneecap, that's my knee right there.
that's your
My
knee.
kneecap was being, yup, my knee was, and that white part is bone. My
Ooh,
knee was being drugged up against that cement wall that's in the middle of the freeway. My forearm was being drugged on top of it. And my hands, the reason why my hands didn't have no skin on them, that picture that you got ain't ain't the way it looked. My whole hand was like skinless. So the big pole in the middle of the freeway, the light,
uh-huh.
it have a big old screw on there. So I just took my hand and pushed myself off of it, and that's when I went to the ground. And then my rib cage was being grinded up against that wall too, so that's down to the almost to the bone too. And then I broke my ankle. If you see that picture, I broke my ankle because my foot was twisted in between the bike and that wall.
Man.
Yep. And and at first I was okay, and who he's my national president now. He was the mother chapter first, baby Slip. And so when I was on the ground, I was numb at first,
Mm-hmm.
and then Slip was like, "You all right? You all right?" And then I heard him say, "Don't look at your hand." And why they say don't look at my hand? And I looked at my forearm in my hand, man. I started screaming like a motherfucker. All of a sudden, my club brother Slip, baby Slip, the national president, just started laughing. Ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha 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 ha.
God
You
almighty.
got to see my other hand. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's on there, but um, my forearm didn't have no skin right here.
Mm.
No skin, and they was laughing like a motherfucker. But I went to the hospital. I was in the hospital for maybe a couple of hours. I took the IV up out of me and walked out, bandaged myself up. They was like, "Man, you ain't finna ride this bike home." I said, "Yes, I am." So the national at the time was Fred. Fred and Punchy said, "Leave that nigga alone if you want to ride." So we all left together. I wrapped myself up, man. By the time I got from where I was going to the 14 at the 58, man, that shit was stuck to myself, man. I had to go into the truck stop and get in a shower to peel that shit off, man. That shit was hurting. But I made it home. On the way on the 15 freeway, I stopped. They got a big slab on the outside side of the freeway on the emergency side when you get
Mm-hmm.
over to the right. So I got on that slab and I laid down and went to sleep for a minute because I knew if a car hit that wall, it wasn't going to phase me. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even felt it. So I went to sleep. I took a pain pill and it put me to sleep. And then I rode my bike all the way home, man. And I was just messed up. But I thank God that I'm still here, man. And I tell people all the time there's two type of bikers. The ones that's been down and the ones that's gonna go down.
Right.
How are you gonna go down?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time.
Yep.
Look, man, by God's grace, man, and that's my wife. She said, but by God's grace, you're still here. And we're glad that you are
Thank
still
you.
here because now we have the Highway Burglar Motorcycle Association in the mix, getting ready to take
Yep.
off this coming July for yet another 48 in 10. And I am going to catch y'all as y'all come through the Carolinas and ride with y'all for a little bit and just to fellowship and just to get in on the ride for a little bit. And but look, man, we want to thank you once again for taking this interview. I had heard a lot about you, had a chance to just kind of introduce myself down at the Iron Elite. As you said earlier, the family reunion for ground pounders, and I'm still just a
Yeah.
grasshopper, but I'm in the grass. I'm in the grass. You know what I'm saying?
That's all that matters,
That's all
man.
that matters. That's all that
That's
matters,
all
man.
that matters.
So Gorilla Blue, go ahead and hit us with some advice as we get ready to close out on tonight.
Okay, the best advice that I can say, man, is if you're unhappy, you better be happy. You have one life to live. Don't allow someone else's. Put it this way: if you're not happy, you got to get happy. Don't become a slave to your emotions.
Mm,
That's what I'm gonna say. Don't become a slave to your emotions. Because if you become a slave to your emotions, you'll make some decisions that you will live to regret. That's
yes,
all
sir.
I want to say with that.
Man, that's enough said right there. We can drop the mic right there, 100%. My man Terrence Darling is saying here. Look at here, folks. We want to thank you for hanging out with us on tonight, man. I could talk with this brother right here for another hour or three, but I want to respect his time and your time. Make sure you keep your ears out. If you have not already gone over to the Highway Burglar community page, make sure you do so ASAP. I mean, do it right now, okay? And make sure you go ahead and put in your request to join. And if you want to get in on that 48 in 10, this is the man to
Appreciate it.
contact so that you can get your registration in and be a part of those festivities come this July. Anything else you want to share with us, Gorilla?
Yeah, man. All I want to say, you guys, is that we have to be patient with one another on this bike set.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it says it in the Bible. None is perfect, no, not one, for we all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And I'm gonna turn that into the bike set terms.
Mm-hmm.
None of us are perfect. All of us have said something and done something that we shouldn't have said or done.
Mm-hmm.
So don't point the fingers at nobody unless you know you flawless.
Mm. I guess nobody gonna be pointing fingers because, like you said, ain't none of us flawless. Look at here, Gorilla. We
Not at
got to get
all.
you back on the Retro Philosophy Show, and we're gonna talk some church next time we get you on here.
I would love to, man. I would love to. Obedience is better than
Come
sacrifice.
on
That's what I
now.
want to talk about.
All right, all right. So we're gonna put that date together. We're gonna, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here. We're gonna get Mr. Gorilla Blue back on the Retro Philosophy Show, and we're gonna talk the Bible. We're
Real
gonna talk
quick.
church. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, we're going to come from Matthew, where
Uh huh.
God commanded Abraham to offer his son up as a living sacrifice. You'll be surprised what Abraham did. Most of us will be like, who the hell are you talking to?
Yeah.
But watch how Abraham did.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. So we're gonna have him back on here. We coming out of the book of Matthew. It's gonna be on and popping. You hear what I'm telling you? I like that, man. Yo, you are a very interesting man. I like that. I like that, man. I'm coming to
I,
Vegas.
I
I'm coming to
appreciate
Vegas.
it. Hey, you come to Vegas. You and your wife
Uh
come to
huh.
Vegas. Y'all can either stay here with me and the wife and the family, or I'm going to get you a nice room.
Uh huh.
Trust me. Trust me, I tell everybody that El Cortez,
Uh huh.
they have these suites. They rooms is bigger than my damn living room down there. And my living room is big. They
Yeah.
have two beds. It's really big and nice. You oversee the city. You go downstairs. They got this place down there where you can get you a grilled cheese, lobster, and crab sandwich. Oh my God, it's bomb.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm coming to Vegas. I'm gonna let you know when I'm coming, man. I'll be there. I just said it, and
Well,
I'm gonna
let
be.
me know so I can book your room and pay for it.
All right, man. All right, and just say less, man. Hey, trust me, I'm coming.
For sure.
All right, thanks again. Just
And
hold off.
anytime y'all out here in
Uh huh.
Vegas,
Yeah.
anybody else out here in Vegas, real quick, and y'all can't get in contact with nobody, reach out to me. I promise you, whatever I'm doing, I'm coming to help you. I'm gonna show you around, but let me know ahead of time. I
Right.
am Mr. Las Vegas
Come
by
on
way of
now.
Compton.
Come on, man. All right, wifey, we going to Vegas, baby. All right,
Hey,
hold the
for
green room,
sure.
man. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. Hold the green room, and then we'll have final remarks after I shut it down, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for my man, $53 billion, Mr. Gorilla Blue in the building. And we are just excited for this interview and for this chit-chat and for all these nuggets that he has dropped on us on today. And we want to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, that this whole motorcycling thing, man, it's real deal, man. It's real deal for real. So make sure you go over and check out the group, Highway Burglar Motorcycle Association Community, and just stay in the loop, man. Stay in the loop, okay? I'm gonna get ready to go down to Vegas so I can get me a deep fried Twinkie or whatever it is that my man Gorilla Blue be setting up. Get about 3 or 4 of them joints. I like sweets. So I'm gonna shut this down, man. Look here. Thank you for pressing play, being a part of the Retro Philosophy Show. If you have not already gone over to YouTube, please do so. Subscribe to the channel. Help your boy get up there to a little bit over $1,000 worth of subscriptions, because then it puts us in a place where we can do some things for the community and for those of you who are watching and following. So make sure you do that, okay? My wife says it was a great show, and if she said it was a great show, then I'm taking her word, because that girl right there is fly, sexy, cute. I mean, she's just whew. All right, I got to get out of here and go find out which room she in. So, okay, let me stop. Yo, y'all, take it easy, man. It's your boy Retro, and I am out. O-U-T out. Shout out to Shaquilla Bussy. Congratulations on your grand opening. We're coming to see you real soon. Real soon.
But Mike, you're a great person. We've seen your struggle. We've seen everything. We watch you.
But I don't want to be great. I know a lot of great people, but they're not good people.
Say that again, please.
I want to be a good person.
Not just great. Great doesn't equal good.
No, what great is just doing the hardest shit in the world with the simple of ease. And a lot of people do that. Mm-hmm. Do the hardest shit in the world like it's nothing.
When a person doesn't like you, they team up with another person that doesn't like you. And before you know it, there's a whole slew of people that hate you. But here's the thing, those people, they don't even like each other. They're only gathered because of you. See how powerful you are?
Wow, more than conquerors. Tell them already we are good, tell them again. Tell them already we are good, tell them again. We are conquerors, more than conquerors.